Hello student, good morning. I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Sinha, Professor of Chemistry. Today I will continue reviewing the atomic structure. Now under that quantum number I am going to discuss quantum number and related to terms related to quantum numbers. What is quantum number? Now I am telling you. Quantum number is a set of four numbers with the help of which we can get complete information about an electron in an atom. What type of information? Then first, its energy. Second, the orbital that it occupies. Third, orientation of that orbital. And fourth, direction of a spin of the electron. These four things we will get information by a study of quantum numbers. First, information about its energy. Second, orbital that it occupies. Third, orientation of that orbital. Fourth, direction of a spin of the electron, etc. These numbers are called principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum numbers. Four numbers are called first principal quantum number. It will tell about energy. Second, azimuthal quantum number. It will tell about the orbitals. And third, magnetic quantum number. It will tell about the orientation of the orbitals. And fourth, a spin quantum number. That will tell about the direction of a spin of electron. And these are represented by a small n, a small l, a small m, and a small s respectively. Principal quantum number, it is represented by a small n. Azimuthal quantum number, it is represented by a small l. Magnetic quantum number, it is represented by a small m. And a spin quantum number, it is represented by a small s. Now, a little more about quantum number. Principal quantum number, what it will represent, I have given idea. Now again I am telling you, principal quantum number represents the main cell, main orbit, main cell, and azimuthal quantum number represents the number of subcells. Under the cell, subcell will be there. And third, magnetic quantum number represents the number of orbitals. How many are there? That represent number of orbitals. That is represented by magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number represents the number of orbitals present in the subcell. And spin quantum numbers tells the direction of a spin of the electrons, that is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Sometimes it will move clockwise in the direction of clock movement, and sometimes anti-clockwise. Further, principal quantum number tells about the size. Question is asked in examination. Principal quantum number tells about the size. Azimuthal quantum numbers tells about the shape, and magnetic quantum numbers about the orientation of the orbital. Also, principal quantum number tells about energy, correct, size as well as energy. Principal quantum number tells about size as well as energy of the electron, whereas azimuthal quantum number tells about the angular moment of electron, angular about the orbitals and angular momentum of electron, correct. Now the value of quantum numbers I am going to tell. The values of quantum numbers are related to each other. This is very, very important point. Okay, many questions are asked from this concept. The values of quantum numbers are related to each other as follows. N is equal to n, small n is equal to maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, 5 also. Then for a given number of n, suppose n may be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Then for a given value of n, what will be the value of L? You remember, its value L will be L equal to 0 to n minus 1. Correct? If n is the principal quantum number, then L azimuthal quantum number will be L is equal to 0. It will can have 0 as well as n minus 1, means 0 to n1. 0 to n minus 1. If value is n, then L value will be 0 to n minus 1. And if L value are knowing, maybe 0 or maybe n minus 1, up to n minus 1. 0 to n minus 1. Then for a given value of L, now M you can find out. If now n if you are knowing, L you can find out. When L you are knowing, M you can find out. How? Then if L value you are knowing, then M, a small m, magnetic quantum number will be minus L to plus L including 0. Means minus L, 0 plus L, minus L to plus L including 0. Now when m value you are knowing, then you can know the s value, spin. For a given value of m, if m value are knowing, then for each value of m, you can know the s value, spin quantum number. For each value of m, m value may be minus L to plus L including 0. Then for each value of m, s is equal to plus half and minus half. Two values are there for each m value. S will have, s may be plus half or minus half, means clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now again important point, designation of subcells. Designation of subcells. Value of L may be 0, 1, 2, 3, like that way. L value will be 0, 1, 2, 3, like that way. Values are there for L, correct? Then if L value is 0, then 0 means what subcell will be there? 0 will tell about S subcell. S subcell. If value of L is 1, then P. 1 means P, 2 means D subcell, and 3 means F subcell. Then S, P, D, F. Maximum is up to F. Okay, but if atomic number will increase more, then new subcell can open. But up to what we got, this elements, 118 elements, up to that F is sufficient. Up to F, it is sufficient. But if new elements we will get, means atomic number more, then next G also it can start, H also can start. But now up to F. Then 0, always keep in mind, L, values of L, if it is 0, it represents S subcell. It will tell about S subcell. If 1, then P. 2 means D. 3 means F. Correct? Means in one orbit or in one cell, these 4 cells are under that. These 4 cells are possible. S, P, D and F. S, P, D and F. These 4 cells are possible in a big cell or big orbit. Correct? Now, next point I am telling you, there are cells, subcells and orbitals present. This is the most important, very, very important concept I am going to tell. Cells, subcells and orbitals present. If cell is n cell, a small n, then k value, capital K, capital L, capital M, capital N, that represent the cell. Correct? Then if K cell you are talking about, K cell, then it means n is equal to 1. K cell means n is equal to 1. L cell means n is equal to 2. M, capital M, means n is equal to 3. K, L, M, N. And n means a small n is equal to 4. Correct? A small principal quantum number 4. Capital N means n is equal to 4. K is equal to, K represent n is equal to 1. Principal quantum number 1. L means n is equal to 2. Principal quantum number, that is 2. M means a small n is equal to 3. Means quantum number, principal quantum number is 3. And n means a small n is equal to 4. Principal quantum number is 4. Then by seeing the K, L, M, N, you can tell principal quantum number. Then K means n is equal to 1, a small n. L is equal to n is equal to 2. M means n is equal to 3, means principal quantum number. And capital N means n is equal to 4. 4 principal quantum number is 4. Now come for now L, because L depends upon n, principal quantum number, and and M depends on L. All are depending. Correct? S depends upon M depends on L depends on N, principal quantum number. Then all are related. Then now I am telling about, if n is equal to 1, means principal quantum number is 1, then subcell will be, subcell I told you may be 0 or n minus 1. Correct? Means n value will be L is equal to 0 to n minus 1. Then if n is equal to 1, then subcell L, what will its value? If n is equal to 1, then it will be L is equal to 0. 0, that is the 1s. L is equal to 0 means 1s, correct? And if L is equal to 0, the 0 represent what? Now M depends upon this L value, correct? L represent 1s, you remember. 0 means S, you are talking about S. Then L is equal to 0 means you are talking about 1s. If L is equal to 0, then what will be the value of M? Then M means magnetic quantum number, that will be 0. L is equal to 0 means M is equal to 0. M is equal to 0. L is equal to 0 means M is equal to 0. That is the 1s. 1s. Correct? Now if N is equal to 1, then L will be 0 and M will be also 0. And L will be 0 means 1s. M is equal to 0 means again 1s. Now if L is equal to, if L, capital L means N is equal to 2. When N is equal to 2 means two values will be there, 0 and 1. L will have two values. L is equal to 0 means S, and 1 also means 2p. 2s, because in each orbit, first orbit only one cell is there. Under first orbit only one subcell is there. Correct? That is the 1s. And if N is equal to 2, second orbit, then two subcell will be there, equal. If N is equal to 2, then subcell will be 2, two subcell will be present. That is S and P. S and P both will be present. In second means 2s and 2p will be present. Then 2s, S means L is equal to 0. If N is equal to 2, then L is equal to 0 and L is equal to 1. Means S and P orbital. In second orbit, 2s, 2p will be there. Now again you can see, if L is equal to 0, if L is equal to 0 in second orbit, L is equal to 0, then again what will be the M value? M will be equal to 0. For always, for L is 0, M will be 0. And for 2p, P means 1, remember, P means 1. Then now M will be what I told you? Minus L to plus L via 0. Via 0 means if 1 is there, then plus 1, 0, minus 1. 3, M will have 3 value. Minus 1, 0, plus 1. Then you can write that P, you know that P has 3 orbitals, Px, Py, Pz. Px, Py, Pz. Then minus 1 represent 2Px, 0 represent 2Py, and plus 1 represent 2Pz. If you can say L is equal to 1 means 2p, L is equal to 0 means 2s, 2s means M is equal to 0, correct, of 2s, and 2p means you are talking about 1. If 1, L is equal to 1, if L is equal to 1, it means you are talking about p orbital of second orbit, 2p. 2 what is coming for second orbit. 1 means 2p. And if 1 is there, L is equal to 1, then M will have 3 value. Minus 1, 0, plus 1. Then minus 1 means 2px. 0 means 2py. Plus 1 means 2pz. P, correct? 3 orbitals are there. P have 3 orbitals. P subcell has 3 orbitals, Px, Py, Pz. then it belongs to 2 orbit. Hence you are writing 2px, 2py, 2px. Generally if belong to 3, then it will be 3px, 3py, 3pz. But here now I am talking about second orbit. Hence you should use the letter 2. 2px, 2py, 2pz. Correct? -1 represent 2px, 0 represent 2py, +1 represent 2pz. Now come to the, if n is equal to 3 means m, capital M. If n is equal to 3 means L will have how many value? 0 will be there, 1 will be there, 2. I told you 0 to n minus 1. Then n is equal to 3. Then 3 minus 1, 2. 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. Correct? Then it will have total 3 value, 0, 1 and 2. Again similarly you can tell that 0, now you are talking about a third orbit, hence you use the letter 3. Then L is equal to 0 means S, but this S belongs to third orbit, 3S. 1 means P, but this P belongs to third orbit, that's why 3P. And 2 means D, 2 means D, correct? 2 means D, but this D belongs to third. It will happen only in third and fourth onward, third onward. Then 2 means 3D. 2 means 3D. Then now again what I discussed earlier, same way, M value for each L value you can write M value. Then for third orbit L is equal to 0 means M will be 0, 3S. Now if 1 is there, 3p, then again same way, -1, 0, +1. M will have 3 value, -1 for 1, -1, 0, +1. But all these value belong to 3 or third orbit, 3p. Like second what it is, same way. Only third you have to include, px, py, pz for third orbit, 3p, that is called 3p, 3px, 3py, 3z, if value is 1. Now 2d, 2 I told you 2, if 3 L values are there, 0, 1, 2, then for 2 means again -2, -1, 0, +1, +2, 5 value, okay. -2, -1 it will decrease, -2, -1, 0, again it will increase, +1, +2, 5 means if 2 is there, then total value will be 5 because -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. But now you should write these 5 are belong to third orbit. 5 d orbitals are there, 5 d orbitals, dxy, dyz, gzx, dz square and dx square minus y square. 5 are there, dxy, dyz, dzx, dz square, dx square minus y square. Then that's why it is 5 value belongs to them. -2, -1 is 0, +1, +2, total 5. Then this 5 belongs to 5d orbitals, correct? 3d, that also d may belong to 4 also, 5 also. That's why you should write the number, third orbit. That's why third letter, third number you have to use, 3d. Now N4, capital N, KLMN. Then n belongs to n is equal to 4. Principal count number is 4. Then now 4 subcell will be there. Actually, number of subcell is equal to the number of cell. Both are equal. Then 4 subcell will be there. Then what? Then what I discussed earlier same way only one will increase extra, means 0, 1, 2, 3. Including 0, total 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. Again same way you can write m value. Again for L is equal to 0, but this 0 belong to fourth orbit. 4s you can write. 4s, 4p, because 0, 1. 1 means p, then 4p. 2 means d, then 4d. 3 means f, then 4f. 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. Correct? N is equal to 4, then L is also 4, including 0. Then L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, L is equal to 2, L is equal to 3. Total 4. 3 means you are talking about 4. Now m value again same way. If you are considering L is equal to 0, then m will be 0. That is the 4s. 1 4s. Fourth orbit s. So there s, p, d, f. 4 orbitals will be there. Then m is equal to 0 means you are talking about 4s. And 1 means now again 3 value will get minus 1, 0, plus 1. 3 p orbitals. 4p orbitals. 4p, because you are talking about fourth orbital. Then 4p orbitals. 1 means 1, if L is equal to 1 means you will get 3 m values. 3 values of m you will get. That is the minus 1, 0, plus 1. What I discussed earlier, same way. 2, if L is equal to 2, then again same way, means 4d. 4d I am talking about. 4 orbit 0 I discussed, 1 I discussed, now 2. Then 2 means again, what will be the m value? Again it will start. 2 is there, then 2 into 2 plus 1, total 5. Minus 2, minus 1, 0. Plus 1, plus 2. Total 5 is coming. Hence, just to multiply by 2 and add 1, 5, total 5. Okay. Better you count like that, what I told you, minus 2, minus 1 is 0, plus 1, plus 2. I told you its value depends upon minus L to plus L, including 0. Now, 3. If n is equal to 3, if n is equal to 4, then 0, 1, 2, 3. Then now, if L is equal to 3, then you are talking about 4f. 4f. Correct? L is equal to 3 means you are talking about 4f. Questions are asked. Only here you can understand. L is equal to 3 means you are talking about 4f. Correct? And 4 means orbit number 4. Then all subcell will belong to 4 only. Correct? Then L is equal to 3 means 4f. Then how many m will be there? Again, just start from minus 3 to plus 3 via 0. Now you will get 7 values. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. 7 orbitals you will get. Then you know F have 7 orbitals. F have 7 orbitals. Okay, their structure is complicated. Okay, but 7 orbitals are there. That's why it's each orbital, you know, that have maximum 2 electron, each orbital. Then 7 orbital means 7 into 2, total 14 orbitals. And D, 5 are there total, minus 2, minus 1, 0. 5 orbitals means each orbital 2. Then 5 orbitals means D has 5 orbitals. Then total capacity for D is 10. Correct? For F, total capacity is 14. For D, 2 into 5. 5 orbitals are there. And in each orbital, 2 electrons. Then total 10 electron. And P, 3 orbitals are there. Then 2 into 3. Total electron will be 6. 2 in each. 3 are there. Correct? then and only in s orbital only 2 will be there. These are the fundamental things I told you. Then how, if n is there, if you are knowing n, then you know about the m. You can know about the m, correct? That is the always you remember number of principal this thing, quantum number is equal to the subcell number. Both number will be same, correct? S, P, like that way. If 1 means S, if 2 are there, then it means S and P both are present. If n is equal to 3, then S, P, D 3 are present. If n is equal to 4, then S, P, D, F are present. And for each value of L, you can calculate m value. You can calculate m value for each 4, correct? Then now if m value you are knowing, then for each m value you can write a spin quantum number. As for example, if m value is 0, for first orbit, then 2 possibilities are there, plus half, minus half. When 2 electrons are there in s orbital, then one will be in plus half, other will be minus half. Each spin quantum will have one electron. One will move in clockwise, other will move in anti-clockwise. Then S value will be plus half, minus half. The same thing you have to apply for, you can say M. Suppose it is 3 values are there, minus 1, 0, plus 1. Then in all 3 orbitals, 2 electron will be there. Then for each value, you have to write plus half, minus half. That is for 1. For 0 again, plus half, minus half. Okay, in a square, you should write. Okay, or in round also you can put. Then here, minus 1, 0, plus 1. Then for each, 2 spin will be there. For minus 1, that is the plus half, minus half. For 0 also, plus half, minus half. And plus 1 means again plus half, minus half. Means whatever is m value, you make it double. Double value, total value will be double. For which m you have to write s value. For each m value. Correct? And similarly for D, 5 are there. Then for each you have to write 2. For minus 2 you have to write a spin minus half, plus half. For minus 1 also, for 0 also, plus 1 also. For each you have to write plus half, minus half, plus, means you have to make a double of the m value. Correct? And F also 7 are there. Then for each 7 values, 2 plus half, minus half, plus half, minus half, plus half, minus half. Total 7 are there. Then 14 numbers you have to test. Then for each 7, S plus half, minus half, plus half, minus half, plus half, minus half, like that way. Then see how you are writing, I can say details. If n value you are knowing, principal quantum number you are knowing, then where electron is actually you can found. Correct? Finally you reach to the spin where actually electron is there. Correct? Whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, you have reached up to there. In an atom, where is the electron? Then that depends upon what is the n value. Correct? When n value you are knowing, the n value will come to know. When L value will come to, then L value you are knowing, then m value will come to know. And when m value you are knowing, then s value will come to know where actually electron is there, plus half or minus half. Correct? If only suppose last only 1 electron is there, then it may be plus half also, minus half also. You don't know exactly in which direction it is moving. If last of which 1 electron is only there. Correct? one electron is there, then either maybe plus half or minus half. And that's why it is called this address to find out electron in an atom. Quantum number is an address. In a simple way, for understanding purpose, I am telling you, it is a quantum number is an address to find out electron in an atom. Correct? Then again, I told you in details concept I told you. Now further simple relation I am telling you, which is very very useful in examination, particularly when in shorter time, if you have to solve some problems, there you can utilize. Okay. The number of subcells the number of subcell in the nth cell, number of subcell in the nth cell, that is equal to n. Both are equal. Already I discussed you. The number of subcells, suppose in an examination they will tell n is equal to 4, then how many subcells are there? Then that will be also 4. If 3 are there, n is equal to 3, then how many subcells? Then 3. If it is 2, then 2. If it is 1, n is equal to 1, then subcell will be also 1. This is the important point. Thus the number of subcell in the nth cell is equal to n. Both are equal number. And number of orbitals in a subcell. See, first cell orbit will be there, or cell will be orbit or cell. There are two names, same things. Then cell you are orbit you are knowing. Then within the orbit, subcell will be there. Correct? Actually, it has 3 names. You should not fall confused in the term. See, cell is also called orbit, and orbit is also called energy level. 3 terms are there. Then third, what I told you, energy level is the best, you can say, these things. You can tell subcell is recent. It is the recent that is the cell. Cell is also called energy level. That is the correct way to tell the cell. Cell is also called orbit. 3 names are there: cell, orbit, and energy level. Okay. Then under the orbit, suborbit will be there. Subcell is also called suborbit. Under the suborbit, orbitals will be there. You remember, orbit, within orbit, suborbit will be there, or subcell. And within the orbit, orbitals will be there, like S, P, D, F, because it belongs to the cell, subcell. Inside the subcell, this orbitals will be there. Or you can tell orbitals, if you will consider all orbitals of that subcell, then itself will tell about the subcell. Subcell consists about the orbitals. It forms from orbitals. You remember, in subcell or subcell or in suborbit or subcell, how it is made? Then it is made from the orbitals, like 3 orbitals, and P subcell consists of 3 orbitals, Px, Py, Pz, including all. It will be called P subcell. Under the P subcell, 3 orbitals are there: Px, Py, Pz. P you are using because it belongs to the P subcell. That's why orbitals within P subcell is called P orbitals. Same way, D subcell. D subcell means you are talking about 5d orbitals. A d subshell or d suborbit consists of 5 orbitals. Correct? dxy, dyz, dzx, dz square and dx square minus y square. 5. 5. Then these 5 comes under d subshell. Then orbitals belonging to the subshell is called actually orbitals. P orbital, d orbitals, s orbital, p orbital, d orbital. S orbital only s orbit or s subshell, only one orbital is there. S subshell means only one orbital, s orbital, and if it is a subshell, second subshell means 2 are there, s and p, correct? And in third it will be 3 subshell, s subshell, p subshell, d subshell, and again all contains, s contains 1 orbital, p contains 3 orbitals, and d contains 5 orbitals. Like that way 4. When then in that subshell 4 you can say these orbitals will be there. S, P, D, F. 4 orbitals will be there under the fourth subshell. Correct? That is the number of subshell, that number of orbitals are there. Like fourth, as for example, fourth, in 4, all 4 will be there. 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. But if it is 3, then S, P, D, only 3. And only 2 is there, then S and P. And only 1 is there, then only S is there. Then now here number of subshell, the number of subshell in the nth cell, how many subshell will be there? Then that is equal to n only. Both are equal. And number of orbitals in a subshell, that is equal to, formula is there, 2L plus 1. You have seen minus 2, 1, L is equal to 1 means minus 1, 0 plus 1. Then that is equal to 2L plus 1. Put the L value 1. Then 2 into 1 plus 1, 3. If 2 is there, the 2 into 2 plus 1, 5. The 2 means, that is the D. Correct? 2 means P. And if L value is 2, then it will come 5. Because it is talking about the D, 3D, 2. Then 2 into 2 plus 1. Hence formula is there that number of orbitals in a subshell is equal to 2L plus 1. You remember, this formula is very, very useful. And the number of orbitals in the nth cell, in any cell, what is the number of orbitals? Then it is equal to n square, a small n square, principal quantum number, a square. If it is 1 is there, n is equal to 1, then only 2 orbitals will be the number of orbitals. If n is equal to 1, then 1 power 2 means 1 into 1, 1. Then only s. If n is equal to 2, then 4 orbitals will be there. 4 orbitals. If n is equal to 2, orbit number 2, then subshell will be 2, s and p. Then p means 3 orbitals, s means 1, total 4. Hence n is equal to n power 2 means 4. If n is equal to 2, then total 4. Like that way, if if you are knowing orbit number, n value are knowing, then you can tell very easily a number of orbitals present in that orbit. Now I want to discuss one more important terms, that is the radial probability distribution curve. Radial probability distribution curve, this is very, very important. Then here you should know radial probability. Radial is related to this radius, remember it. radial probability is R. It is represented by R, capital R. Radial probability is R, capital R. And R is equal to, formula is there, 4 pi r square dr psi square. A small r is 4 pi r square small r. A small r, that is the radius. And dr, a small dr means thickness. Thickness, correct? Dr means thickness of the cell. Then capital R, that is the radial probability, is equal to 4 pi r square dr psi square. Psi square. What is the psi square? Then psi square represent, psi square is the, you can say, in three-dimensional space, it tells about the, you can say, maximum probability of finding an electron. This psi square is telling about maximum probability of finding electron, okay, in an atom. And its maximum probability, maximum value is 1. Psi square is equal to 1, means full 100% probability that electron will be there only. Then psi square represent maximum probability of finding an electron in an atom. Then now actually this formula actually should remember, capital R means radial probability is equal to 4 pi r square dr psi square. And there some plots are there. That plot is r versus distance from nucleus. Electron will be at some distance from the nucleus, correct? On nucleus, proton and neutron is there. Nucleus, you know, positively charged. Then electron will be little far from that nucleus. It will be making round around nucleus. Sometimes it may be close, sometimes little far. Means sometimes it will be the first orbit, sometimes second orbit, sometimes third orbit, fourth orbit, depending upon number of electrons. Okay, then it will revolve around the nucleus. Then here R values means probability, radial probability versus distance. Distance from nucleus, electrons distance from nucleus. Then three diagrams are there that I am telling you. You can see in the picture also. Then here 1s, one diagram belongs to 1s and 2s. Second diagram is for 2s and third diagram is for 2p. Then now that this diagram is this diagram or plot you can tell that is r versus distance. R versus distance. R means 4 pi r square dr psi square. Here r, small r is there. R square means small r, radius. Then now 1s, you see 1s diagram, then 4 pi square dr psi square versus distance. Then distance, now if distance is, it is actually calculated distance. Okay, first distance 0.1 SU diagram you can see 0.53 angstrom. That time you are getting one peak you are getting. Okay, this distance you can make 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 gap. Then this is telling about R in angstrom. A is rating angstrom. R value, R is measured in angstrom. Okay. Then now at 0.53, so it's the length. Angstrom is telling about the length or distance. Then at 0.53 angstrom, it is the calculated value that probability will be maximum. See, around 12. Okay, probability 4 pi r square 4 pi r square dr psi square. Its maximum possibilities is here, okay, around 12. 1s of electron will be, chances that will be that electron maximum, it is calculated, experimentally proved that it is at 0.53 maximum peak is there, means maximum probability is there. Okay, one peak is there. Now come to the 2s. In 2s you are getting two peak you are getting. One you are getting around 0.4 angstrom and other you are getting around 2.7 angstrom. See the diagram. First peak you are getting a small peak that is at 0.4 angstrom, and the second big peak you are getting at 2.7 angstrom. Then in 2s, two peak you are getting, correct? And then here two peaks are meaningful. Now come to the 2p. Then here you will see only in p I am talking about, p, 2p, not the s, p. Then only one peak is there. Only one peak you are getting. For that is the r versus means radial probability distribution curve. No? That is radial distribution. Radial probability distribution, capital R versus r, that is the distance. Then here in 2p, only one peak you are getting at 2.1 angstrom. All this 2.1, whatever value I am telling, that is already that experimental value. Then at 2.1 maximum possibilities was there of finding electron in 2p. Okay. Then in the plots of radial probability versus distance from the nucleus, number of peaks is also called region of maximum probability. Peak means number of peaks, that is region of maximum probability, and its value you remember, n minus l. How many peaks will be there? Question is asked in medical and engineering competition, that how many peaks will be there, correct? How many peaks will be there? Then you remember n minus l. Now you see, if here in 1s, correct? 1s means n is equal to 1 and s will be n minus l, s will be 0. Then 1 minus 0, that is the 1, hence only one peak is there. In 1s we can see only one peak is there, because value n minus l, n is equal to 1, l is equal to 0 due to s. Hence it is that formula is correct. You can, just for satisfaction I am telling you, all it is correct. Now second you can see 2s. 2s means n is equal to 2. Second diagram, n is equal to 2 and s is equal to 1. S is equal to 0. Then in this formula write n is equal to 2 and l is equal to 0. Then 2 minus 0, that is the 2. Hence here you are getting 2 peak you are getting. Now come to the 2p. Then 2 means 2p. Then 2 means n is equal to 2. 2p means n is equal to 2 and p is equal to 1. S is equal to 0, p is equal to 1. Then now here 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 means 1. Then here we are getting only one peak. Okay. That is the 2s has 2 peaks, and like that way for any 3s will have 3 peaks. You can calculate it. 2s has 2 peaks. 3s will have 3 peaks. 2p has 1 peak. 3p has 2 peaks, and so on. You can calculate. Today I am stopping only here. Next class again I will continue. Thank you.